Konnichiwa! It is I, Trunks of Steel, and I'm going to be introducing a new series to the channel. This will be known as a commoner's experience, and the purpose of this is to bring some attention to other games that seem interesting, while providing the thoughts I've had while playing them. For this installment, we're talking about the first Berserker Khazan, or Khazan, or something. It's available March 27th of 2025, so that's this year, on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC through Steam. However, upon pre-ordering the Digital Deluxe Edition, you can play 72 hours earlier from this release date. That's 3 whole days. Anyways, any footage recorded on my end came from my PC. I have an NVIDIA 380 Ti, which is like about to be 4 years old, but I had no performance issues. Had a solid 60 FPS throughout my entire playtime. So, the first Berserker Khazan is a hardcore action RPG, or Souls-like game. So as you can imagine, it offers difficult gameplay from the minions you encounter to the big bosses that can be found. I don't play many Souls-like games, so my point of view is from one who is not well versed in this genre. So, I've managed to do some research to this game, and I'd like to talk about it for a wee bit. To my knowledge, this game originally started out as Project BBQ, and it was going to be an MMORPG set in the universe of Dungeon Fighter, also known as DNF, I believe. I personally find this slightly disappointing because it seems like the MMORPG genre has been dominated massively by the two giants known as World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV Online. Not only that, but the DNF universe seems to have a colorful cast of characters and abilities. Whether we would have been the ones playing as them directly or not, it would have been cool to see what custom characters could come from it, all while being a nice addition to the genre. But alas, we have another Souls-like entry to add to the ever-growing list. Anyways, I think what we have is still very cool nonetheless. Diving into some lore history for this game, it's still taking place in the universe of DNF, but the focus is on one character, and that one character being Berserker. From my understanding, this character essentially was a warrior who lost their soul as they were chosen to wield some kind of demonic powers and destroy anything in their path through bloody rage, hence the name Berserker. From the introduction alone within this game, the first Berserker Khazan seems to expand on this story, as we kind of see the introduction of what that means. I mean, he's literally the first Berserker, so I'm sure there's like multiple Berserkers throughout the game's universe or something like that. Anyways, talking about my experience with the game, I only intended to play for about an hour, and within that hour I completed the first mission available, but about 30ish or so minutes went towards fighting the boss in the first level. I must mention how beautiful I found this game to be. It seems to be going after an anime aesthetic with a blend of bold, cel-shaded art and realistic textures at the same time. I think it truly sets it apart from other games in this genre. This being a Souls-like, we have our regular means of parrying, dodging, having a limited amount of heal charges, you know, the usual stuff. There's also light and heavy attacks, with heavy attacks being slower and requiring more stamina to utilize. Speaking of which, the stamina bar in this game added a lot of challenge in my opinion, as it's something you have to be passively aware of, because without it you can't dodge, you can't block, or you can't attack. It leaves you very vulnerable. This game offers equipment which I imagine could differ by offering unique properties apart from just stat number increases, with something like, oh, this weapon deals bonus fire damage, or maybe ice damage, etc, etc. When it comes to the exploration choice, I found it to be rather favorable for newcomers to the genre such as myself. While paths aren't clear cut, you aren't thrown into an open world with no direction on what you could do. Instead, it seems there are different paths you could take, which the game awards you with hidden items or extra fights that could lead to reward. I imagine as you continue the game, there will be more elements in this linear take, maybe even traps potentially. This treasure chest which had a bunch of loot, so that was pretty cool. Something I loved seeing was how enemies reacted to one another. For example, why would a knight only target me, the player, when there's a whole Yeti roaming about right behind him? But this game addresses that. Having these enemies fight one another just makes a whole lot of sense, and it allows for the world to feel so much more real. Check this experience that I had with a Yeti and a knight. Is that how we CF this guy. That purple dodge. The last thing I want to address with my experience is regarding the first boss within this game. This super big Yeti felt like a great introduction for what's to come in this game regarding boss fights. To me, it felt like the first challenge was familiarizing yourself with the attack patterns. This entails knowing what to expect and when to expect it. Then it's a matter of knowing the correct play and defense. Should I dodge? Should I parry? Or, I don't know, maybe I should run for my life for a bit. It also means, like, knowing when to attack, because, I mean, I could be throwing out all these slashes, but remember, all this stuff still consumes stamina. So, if I'm attacking too much, I might run out of stamina, and then he attacks, and then, oh what? What do? I just have to take the hit, because I have no stamina. There was an instance where I was rewarded for parrying consecutive attacks from the big Yeti boss that allowed me to finally beat him after multiple attempts. Anyways, I'll show my final fight with this big Yeti as I close out. If this game seems the least bit interesting to you, I encourage you all to try it, as there is a demo available on all the platforms previously mentioned that you can play up to the very first 2 missions for free upon downloading. Even better, the data carries over to the full game upon purchase. I don't know, seems pretty cool to me. As I enjoyed this game a fair amount, I might even make a series playing this game in the near future. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. This video took me a while to do.